Here we go. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another Around 30 Minutes. And once again, I got another special guest. He's dancing. We got Brian from TFanpage101 reviews. I don't know. He don't put reviews at the end of it, but I'm gonna say reviews and everything. So, how you doing, fella?
I'm doing fine. I'm actually checking my blood because I'm a diabetic and I completely slipped my mind. But other than
Oh
that,
man.
yeah, I'm good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, man.
Oh no,
Oh,
it's just everything was going on. Like I want to be here, and then it's like, oh no, you have to do this and that and that
oh
and
yeah.
that and that, and everything got in your way and
Oh
stuff
no,
like
life happens, man. Life happens, man. That's good. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. It was spur of the moment. I saw you in. You were watching with my last one, and he was like, "I want to come on." I'm like, "All right, let's go." And so we made it happen. So good stuff, man. So
that. The funny
yeah.
part about that is Patriot Prime ended off with doing an unboxing, and I'm just like, that'd be cool if I could do the same thing. And then this box came in the
Okay.
mail.
If you want to do that, we can, man. You can do it right
Uh,
now if you want to.
I think I'll do a separate video on this just
Okay, cool.
because I want
That's
to
fine.
properly thank him. You know,
Yeah. Jordan, yeah, he opened up for yeah stuff for it was really good. It was really nice and everything. So that was a really good
very
interview.
serious. Funny enough, I actually went to his Facebook messages and asked, "How do you think of it?" Because I really like that figure.
Yeah, he's a really good dude. I'm really glad I got to interview him and everything. So, my first question I always ask, and this is what it says. So, everybody knows you do Transform reviews. Are you into anything else? Do you collect any other lines or any stuff like that?
Uh,
Okay.
think of any Bionicle. There's Halo. I know my camera is crappy, so that joke probably didn't work. Uh, but yeah, Bionicle,
Okay.
Halo Mega Blocks or Mega Constructs.
Nice.
Don't play any of the games, oddly enough.
Oh, you don't
Just
really? Huh?
yeah. And although people tried to force me, hey, you need to play the games to know the lore, and it's like I could watch it gameplay
You
just
don't
fine.
need to. No, you don't need to watch it. Just collect it.
And then Hot Wheels as well.
Oh, you're a Hot Wheels collector. So, what is your main passion? Is it Transformers or you're a big Hot Wheels collector?
It would be Transformers because it's the most relevant and they actually do something other than be
Okay.
a car.
So I've never really met or talked to a big Hot Wheels collector. Is the fandom on the Hot Wheels side as is it as almost as bad as what Transformer collectors are kind of as far as the whining and the bitching and everything?
I have not noticed anything because I think in general, Hot Wheels is such a basic thing. Uh,
Hmm.
in terms of, oh, it's just a car for like $2, and they make hundreds and hundreds of them.
Right.
That it's like there's no sense in complaining about this one thing or that one
Okay.
thing because there's so much else to buy.
Oh, gotcha. I thought, well, I've seen people where I've seen like that people get there like early in the morning, and they rush and get. I think I chases or something like that for Hot
Oh
Wheels.
yeah, but I'm not deep into the community. I just
Oh,
buy
gotcha.
Hot Wheels and that's it.
Okay.
It's the same thing, kind of with Mega Blocks
Mhm.
Halo. That one is kind of I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. With
Yeah.
Bionicle, it seems like everyone's judgmental, and that's pretty much the community.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's cool. I've never met a Hot Wheels collector, and I've always seen them. Like they've been around forever and everything, so I just never really got into them. So that's cool. So,
Oh,
I'm sorry. What?
oh, I was just gonna say Hot Wheels pretty much takes over this, not by how many. Well, actually, yeah, I think because I got a
Mhm.
thousand Hot Wheels, but
Nice.
it's the first thing that I started collecting.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, yeah. I mean, as a kid, I had them as kids. Everybody did. That was everybody had Hot Wheels. They were cheap. Parents would just grab one off the little shelf off of Walmart or wherever you shopped, and you ready to go. You had a toy, and that was good to go.
Parents are cheap.
Yes, they are. Yes, my mom tried to play off GoBots as Transformers because they were cheaper than Transformers. So you know,
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
I know, evil person. Anyway, so as far as going on as the aspect of that, do you see a ending to your collecting? Do you see one day that I'm going to stop collecting? I'm just done with it, or are you feel everything you want to have in Transformers, and you're like I'm done and I'm happy with my collection? Do you see that?
Honestly, I don't really focus on that. I just focus on, okay, this is what I want now, just live in them now, and this
Hmm.
is what I have, this is what I'm enjoying, and
Nice.
move on to the next Transformer, and that's it. You know?
So what lines do you collect? What lines do you specifically like and everything?
Well, there's some things I want to get into, but it's mostly the Transformers and Hot Wheels now. The Halo stuff, they haven't been selling a lot, and I've just kind of run its course with that because a lot of it is, oh, another Warthog, another Mantis, another blah blah blah, and stuff like
something
that.
they can do, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Plus also Walmart stopped selling them as much. It's weird. Bionicle I used to go crazy for. Like I have most of the 2004 sets, and I still try to get Bionicle sets as I can. A lot of the stuff has been fixed up, like Jala right there. You're probably not gonna know the names.
No, I'm not into Bionicles very much. Sorry.
His parts were broken. Liwa had like. There's a whole thing where lime green joints break easily. I don't know why it's specifically lime green.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's like the GPS of Bionicle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it the plastic, the way the plastic's made or something, or?
I don't know, but it's weird. It's just specifically that color. A lot of the same joints do the same, but specifically lime green would be the target.
Gotcha.
And he was one of my favorites in 2008, and I got that. Funny enough, if I can quickly just tell a story. 2004 had these little box sets called the Matoron.
Okay.
And I had most of them except for the brown one. And I had many opportunity to get it when I was growing up, but I never did. So when I got older and really into Bionicle collecting, there was a store, a comic book store that would have, it's like 30 minutes away, that would have some spare Bionicle sets or just the parts, just the bulk parts, which is how I got a lot of the stuff going. And they had the brown Matoron, but it was incomplete. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to pass on this. And then eventually I had the part to complete that Matoron. So I went back there, and apparently they sold off everything. So that damn Matoron is still taking years for me to get. And then recently at the previous Toy Fair, I saw a whole bunch of parts for it, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll be able to fix it or build it from scratch. And I was able to build most of it, but I was missing a foot. And I was looking through, couldn't find anything, and so I was like, okay, I give up, and I'm going to build another Matoron or something. And then, oh, there's the foot. So now, took 14 years.
It was worth it then.
They finally have that brown Matoron.
Nice. Well, that's good. Man, that's a long venture right there, man. But hey, it's worth it in the end, man. You finish something, you know, be proud of and everything.
Another just quick story. My original Golly, I bought it in the can, didn't come with the hook, and it took probably the same amount of time for me to finally find a hook for that. And then my Onua, the original classic Onua, is just made from bulk parts.
Okay. So basically, this is that. So they're like, you know, like the Pretenders. Say that, you know, the Pretenders line for Transformers. You know, those small guns that people lose. You know, all the small guns that people lost as a kid and everything. And it takes them years and years to track down. And usually the guns are worth more than the whole figure itself.
Well, Bionicle parts are usually easier to get just because there's so many of them. But yeah, it's I guess kind of like that.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because I've had problems. You know, like I said, I bought Pretender stuff and didn't have the little gun with the inner robot, and I'm just like, it takes forever to find it, and it's like, ugh. So sometimes I just give up, like, he's not gonna have a gun. That's fine, whatever. So okay, cool. That's a good story. So as far as Transformers, who's your favorite character and why?
Shockwave. And this is a pretty pathetic reason why. It's the only character I can actually do the voice of.
Oh, okay. So that's why. Okay, that's not. I've never heard that before, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I never really had a major specific favorite character. Like I have favorites like Warpath or you know, something like that. I think Warpath's actually my favorite Autobot, even though he doesn't really get a lot in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Shockwave's just my favorite because now I've gotten into that character so much that I get excited whenever he's on.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. What's your favorite Shockwave toy that you have, or your figure that you have?
It would have to be the Masterpiece. The
Nice.
most I've ever paid for a Transformer toy, or a toy in general.
Really nice. You have the the lavender one, right? So are you getting the dark color one too?
Nah, I don't need
No?
it.
Okay, I guess the toy color version, whenever.
Yeah, I actually kind of partly prefer that one, just because it looks. I know this is a controversial topic. It looks more cartoon accurate to me.
Yeah, screen accurate. Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, that's why I like the Make Toy Starscream, man. He looks like he just jumped off the TV screen. It looks so good. So I understand that. Yeah, a lot of people. That's where a lot of people are going towards. That is the cartoon accuracy and everything. So that's cool. So moving on to another question is like, Mateo Potato asked you, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel in the first place? Which I was going to ask you, how long have you been doing reviews, and why did you start?
I've been doing YouTube since probably 2010, and actually, I think it might have been 2011. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it would have to be 2011. Basically, I wanted to do a YouTube channel for a long time. I was going to call myself ToeBrian27. That was the original name, and I had shows planned and whatnot, but I never did a full-on channel. Parents thought, okay, you shouldn't do a YouTube thing. It's probably a bad idea. And me being a little kid, that's probably the smart move.
Yeah.
So I started a Facebook page with someone else on Transformers. It was called Transformers Fan Page. And it was just going to be a central thing for Transformers. That's actually where my YouTube channel got its name, is because it's actually tied to that.
Okay.
Can you excuse me for a sec? I just need to quickly get something.
No, that's fine. How's everybody doing out there? Thank y'all for coming along and joining me in this around 30 minutes. I really appreciate it. Go down and hit that like button. It always helps the channel and all that good stuff. And Jason, yeah, I'll tell him that you had the Moon Racer is great. It's a pretty good figure. I like that recolor's coming too. The green one looks pretty good too. Patriot Prime said he got the Moon Racer is great, and he'll send you some comparison pics.
Yes. I actually have the Moon Racer. I just wanted to know what you thought.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, so why did you get into doing reviews? I mean, just because you wanted to something that was fun, creative, or you just like just talking about Transformers?
Well, the first reviews I watched was this goes way back. I think it was a website TFWire.
Okay.
And it was two guys. It was Bolt Matrix and someone else.
Oh, okay.
And they had the website. I believe they had a podcast too.
Mm-hmm.
And they would be the first to review the Transformers first movie figures. Apparently, I think I don't know.
Okay.
Nice. But they kind of started my interest in reviews. I didn't even think of the concept of reviews before that. So I wanted to do that for a long time, but never got the ball rolling. Mm-hmm. What started my YouTube channel is, the page. I wanted to do a comic series thing where I do the artwork and whatnot and post it on the page. So I announced, hey, I want to do this. Mm-hmm. And then people started doing auditions for it, and
really?
It wasn't meant to be a stop motion series, but people took it that way. So I thought, you know what? I wanted to do a stop motion series for a while. Let's go ahead and do it. And that's how Transformers Inception started. That's how my YouTube channel started, was because of that. And Transformers Inception got like 1/3 of an episode, and that was it, because I just didn't really get into the series. But reviews didn't happen right away. I think it was a couple of months after when I started reviews, but they were basic reviews.
Yeah.
I believe the first thing I did was the Dark of the Moon Legion class Sideswipe, which sadly spawned a lot of views and is not really aged well.
Okay.
I guess I was the first one to review it or something. I have no idea. But and then I made a couple other reviews and got really into it, and it was just mostly basic stuff. But I watched the Nostalgia Critic and JonTron and all these other people, and I wanted to make a character out of it, which is where I spawned the Canadian Reviewer, which, yes, I know that's a shitty name.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, I started that off and you know, putting jokes and actually editing my reviews. If you look back at some of my older stuff, they haven't aged well either. But I'm glad with how it's coming along now, even though some of the jokes I kind of second guess, but I still put it out anyways because, you know, you don't evolve unless you just post something, I guess.
That's true. That's true. That's cool. That's all right. Sportimus, he came out. He said he got a nice collection back there.
Thank you. Actually, there is one more thing I got to mention with the reviews.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
People say that I rip off Jobby, who is a comedic reviewer of.
Yeah, I subscribe to him.
Yeah.
You do.
I didn't know if anyone else knew him. But he also, of course, reviews Transformers. He does the joking review. And people assume that I was ripping off him. Jobby started 4 years ago. My comedy style reviews started 6 years ago. But of course, he started first because he was popular, not because he started first. It's actually funny because he did comment on my video where I said that I'm not a ripoff. And apparently we have the same inspirations for the most part, which is JonTron and Nostalgia Critic. So,
I mean, you know, as far, you know, there's so many, you know, reviewers out nowadays. So, you know, people are going to take, you know, bits and pieces of what you watch, you know, because a lot of people watch reviews and stuff. So, and there's so many out there, you know, you're going to be like somebody. I mean, you know, that's just the way it is. I mean, you know, you just.
I find it funny that if you're a Transformers critic and you have jokes in your reviews, you would be deemed a rip-off of Jobby. But yet, gaming reviews, there's so many joking reviews, but yet they're all different, I guess.
Yeah, it's come on now. It's stupid. You're comparing it. You know, like I said, if I make jokes, you know, because I try to make jokes in my reviews too. So are they going to say that I'm ripping you off or ripping somebody off? I'm like, whatever. I'm not ripping anybody off. I like to have fun in my reviews, just like you do. And,
exactly. And who said you can't make a joking review or any joke in a review? Who owns that? Nobody does.
Yeah. Robert D. Robert D. I don't know. If you listen to Share Guy, he's one of my best friends, and he's in the chat room being stupid. But yeah, I mean, I understand that. Yeah, you know, if you make a joke, you know, you're, like I said, you're having fun with it. That's all that matters. I mean, you know, who cares? But
someone
never knew that. I'm sorry. Go on.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just never knew that people compared you to him. And you know, whatever.
It's a little crazy sometimes that people assume that. There was one guy that would just, like, I would try to tell him, okay, I'm not a ripoff of Jobby, and he would completely not reply to any of my comments, but keep saying that, oh, I'm a ripoff of Jobby.
That's a troll. He's a troll. Anyway.
Yeah. But the sad part is, a month later, someone else makes a review that's kind of in the joking style, and not as much, but still made a couple of jokes in the reviews. And the guy made 2 comments saying, "You're ripping off Jobby, and you're just like that TFanpage guy." And I posted about it, and some people are saying, well, it's a troll, you know, don't worry about it. It doesn't mean anything. But here's the problem, is that if that guy was commenting on my video, I wouldn't care, you know, because I can just pass it off as whatever. I know the truth. The problem is he's going around running his mouth.
Yeah, but it's internet. That's what they do. I mean, that's, you know, just gotta ignore it, man. That's cool. So, yeah, Sportimus said, "Don't worry about the jerks, man." So, going on with your reviews or anything, do you have any advice for up and comers or future people that want to do reviews? What would advice you give them to they want to get into this kind of thing?
I know this is gonna sound kind of, I don't know, douchey maybe. I don't know if it will, but try to be unique about it. If you just like say, "Hey, I'm doing reviews and whatnot," that's good that you're doing content, but what, like, why?
What makes you stand out?
Yeah, why should I go to you specific? Not you, you of course,
No,
but
no,
like,
I know, no, nobody should couldn't mean at all.
yeah. But why should
Yeah,
I?
why should somebody go to you? A new, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, someone specifically if they're just going to be kind of the same review. Now, I will say I have watched reviews from smaller creators as much as people say, "Oh, you only comment on popular people." I've been told that before. But I have gotten to the smaller creators and I have watched those videos, and they actually do bring up some stuff to my attention, and it's interesting because sometimes they look at a figure from a different point of view that I did not really see coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're going to do, if you really want that attention, which I don't think is a problem if anyone wants attention, it's just how you go about it.
Okay.
But if you want that, try to make a unique thumbnail. Not just use like a picture of Optimus Prime from the last night, or like him in inverted colors or something like that.
Yeah.
And try to make a somewhat unique logo. I know there's animation things that you can get to where it just has your title and then it moves around. But the problem with doing that is that it's kind of the basis for your intro. But the problem with doing that is other people also use that same thing, so it just doesn't really stand out. That's why my new logo will have the parts and pieces of it kind of move into place and then form the logo.
That's cool.
Well, of course, you don't have to do something like that exactly, but
no, I mean, do whatever you got, what feels right. No, I understand that. I just use my thumbnails are just me doing weird things or something. I just grab a picture during the review and I just post it up there. I don't care.
Thumbnails
I do need
it.
What's that?
Thumbnails are pretty important too.
Yeah, it'll be all right. But it does grab people. Like, I could put women, with big boobs out in front of it. Then people would click it all the time. But
I knew you were leafy.
Because people, that's clickbait and all that stuff and everything. So, all right, that's cool. Yeah. So, and I always tell people, don't do it for the money because it's not there. It used to be, but if you're starting off, you're not. I don't make anything, so I just do it because it's fun. Just have a good time.
There is some content that I do produce, and this is actually going to sound douchey, I think. There is some content that I do produce that tries to gain attention, but it's not like I'm doing that content like just for that. Like I want to make the content for you guys, and the thing is I want to entertain people. So when that content gathers that attention, like my Before It's Out series where I do a pre-review of a Transformers toy, I do that because one, it does grab that attention, and two, because people seem to be entertained by it. I want to entertain people, so the more attention I get, the more I feel like I'm doing my job.
Right. That's cool.
And also money.
Yeah, I wish. So let me ask another question. So let's see. So you're busy. I'm sure you got. You're always busy and things. So how is it that you like to relax? What do you do that just calms you down? You just sit back and just relax. What do you like to do, man?
Pretty much just sit back and relax. That's mostly it. I just kind of sit here and be like.
You don't read any comic books or anything, or just I like to read and stuff. And
I never really got into comic books. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
It's not like not like the bad, obviously, but it's just I don't know. It's like I love movies, so I guess that's my way of relaxing.
Yeah.
Especially animated films is what I really love. But I lost my train of thought.
That's fine. You like to go to the movie. You like to watch movies. What you do? Me and my wife, we go to movies, and we really enjoy going to the movie theater and everything. So, it's something to relax and do stuff and everything. So that's cool. All right. So, well, with the holidays coming up, do you have any fond memories when you was a kid? Of getting Transformers or getting any specific toy. Did you remember any of that stuff? Do you like to share?
I think one of my favorite things getting, or one of my, I think one example of that is, I'm trying to think. Oh, there is that. So I guess there's two. My Bionicle Pohatu set was my very first Bionicle set. We saw the TV commercial, and I went nuts over them, and I thought I need to get one. And Christmas Day, there was one, and funny enough, I could build like any Bionicle set and take up the instructions and figure it out, but I had to get my dad to build it for me. And then right after I took it apart and I was able to figure it out, and I'm just like, oh, it's that easy, huh?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. You still have it in your collection?
I don't have the original one that I had, but I bought a brand new one with the canister, and I still have the canister of my old one.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's really cool. I remember, yeah.
But a couple years back, I got I was trying to enter a Halo Mega Bloks contest for this big set called the Mammoth. It was like $200.
Oh,
and
nice.
It was a stop motion contest, and I was competing against really big stop motion people with actual quality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I had an idea, and I thought it was good, and I enjoyed the writing, and I enjoyed the joke so much. It was called the Top 10 Things to Do on a Halo Christmas, and it showed two characters, Jimmy and Joe, just dealing with Christmas stuff. And I thought the jokes were pretty good. I'm not sure how well they hold up now, but that was actually on my other channel, Told with Doom.
Okay, cool.
But I entered, and I managed to get, I think it was the top 10, which I was kind of surprised by. And it made me feel like, okay, I'm actually doing something right. I'm doing a good job on YouTube if I actually go through with this contest and even do like top 3. That would be amazing. Or, top 10 is still good.
Yeah.
I think there was like 26 animators with it. But Christmas Day, we had just did the morning stuff, President's Day, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And I had to go online and I had to find a video saying, okay, this is who won the contest. And they did it with like the top 3 were all separate videos. So I watched number 3. I didn't win. I watched number 2. I didn't win. I watched number 1. And I got this.
Nice. That's huge.
And I smashed it on the live stream.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. Congrats, man.
Thank you. It's huge. Took like 7 hours to build, but totally worth it.
Wow. Did you do it straight 7 hours, or did you take a break? I know you took breaks and everything, but did you do it?
Oh, I pretty much did straight 7 hours. I wish I did a live stream for it, but
man, that's a good haul right there. So that's cool. So moving on to something else. So if you could have, I don't want anything bad to happen or anything. But if you could have one last meal, what would it be?
A good burger.
Like anything, specific, like from a
Just
a restaurant or just
anything
a?
that's not like McDonald's or anything.
Oh well,
Like
yeah, no, you don't want to take
homemade
all burger for your last meal. That would be trash.
cheese, mushroom, one pickle.
Nice, nice. Well, that's a good burger. That's cool. A lot of people say a lot of people have said the Chicago deep dish pizza, everything. They really like
I
that
don't think
stuff.
I've had that.
So it's really good. It's really good. That's cool. So moving on to something about Transformers. What would you like to see different, like in the future of Transformers? What would you like to see, like from a line, a main line, or third party, or fiction or cartoon? What would you like to see for the future of Transformers to move on?
For them to be bigger and cheaper.
Be bigger and cheaper. But I mean, we mean
like what they were back in the day.
Oh, so you're talking about $12 for like a deluxe?
That's
I
about
remember
Voyager size.
$9.
Yeah.
I remember when about.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go on. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna go on about I do miss those days, but what I really want for Transformers is, see, I love Transformers Prime because it told an actual story. It did different things with their characters.
Oh yeah.
We don't have to go completely dark like that, but I didn't like Robots in Disguise because they just kind of flopped. They didn't know what they wanted to do, because some episodes were dark like Transformers Prime. There was one episode that got really dark with Sideswipe getting pinned down, and it was like Saving Private Ryan or something. But I've not watched that film. I probably shouldn't make that comparison. Anyways,
good film. It's an awesome film.
But yeah, it's just they didn't know what to do because they wanted to make it goofy. They wanted to make it lighter, but that didn't work out, so they tried to make it darker. And I just want them, and with Combined Wars or Prime Wars trilogy, it just didn't work out because it was too slow. It was mostly like, hey, let's talk about this, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, machinima stuff. Yeah.
And also some of the voice acting. I'm sorry, original voice actor of Hot Rod. I didn't think he did a good job.
Oh, John
yeah. But I want something to where it just feels like a good grounded story that they know what they want. They know their goal. They know the theme. It's a good theme, and they just go with that.
Right. Are you digging the Siege stuff? Or are you feeling that stuff?
It looks pretty good. I haven't gotten my hands on anything yet. I know a couple of people are complaining about the green light thing that was just announced because it's a repaint. I didn't expect anything otherwise because it is an exclusive figure. I understand that, oh no, they're using the same mold again for a female character. I get that, but it is just an exclusive. The only thing we've gotten in recent days that's brand new mold is Punch, and we're not even sure.
I think it looks fun. I'm going to get it, so.
Yeah.
There's my
Hi, doggy.
Hi, Gator. That's Gator. That's my pug.
Hi.
All right. Cool. So, if you could go back in time and change your collecting habits, would you change your collecting habits, and would you even start collecting? Is that your? Have you always collected something as in your lifetime?
Well, as a kid, I would just buy toys and be like, toys!
Yeah. You don't collect as a kid. I mean, you just got stuff and, messed it up and everything. But as far as, moving into your, teenager and adult life, I mean, would you go back and change anything, the way you collect or anything?
I would probably get into Transformers at a younger age because I didn't actually start till I was about 12, I think.
Okay. What line did you start with?
Cybertron.
Really? Wow. You're youngin'. Dang. I started with G1.
Before the movies. Yay, it counts.
That's cool. Cybertron. I like Cybertron. They had some good figures in there. It was an art line.
Yeah, but I was into the shows like Beast Wars, and I watched a few episodes of Armada, and I couldn't get into Beast Machines. I think my TV station was like playing the same episode, so I got bored of it. I was into the shows. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of Robots in Disguise. I didn't really keep up with it. Yeah. But what I did watch really entertained me. So
that's good. Cool. I like that. I like that. I mean, I like most of the lines that they come out with and everything. So all right. I got one last question for you, and it's a pretty hard one. To be honest. Where do you see TFan page 101 in 5 years? Where do you hope to be at in 5 years?
Well, some people know I don't just do reviews. I like to do different things to, one, entertain as many people as I can. I'm not going to entertain everyone, but at least try. Like I got shows like Transformers Misfortune, which is a comedy series that's more vulgar and like Red versus Blue. I want to do What's a Prime, which is an animated series that I'm still trying to work on. There's a kind of like a talk show called Skids and Mudflap Show that I'm still trying to work on. I'm not trying to overly promote my stuff. I'm just giving
No, that's fine. No, you can. I don't care. It's fine.
But what I want to do is work with more people on producing different stories. And I mean, I'm in the works on, we want to do this next year, and I'm kind of making this an announcement or something. But I wanted to do this series of short videos or long videos or something like that. Just basically short movies.
Right.
That's related to Transformers. They're all different. They're not all part of the same continuity.
Okay.
And work with other people, kind of like the I think it's Oat Studios that did different stories. But the central themes, of course, would be Transformers and different animators. So I want to work with someone on a horror story called Vessel. I'm not going to give any of the details right away. I just wanted to say that. But basically, to answer your question, I know I'm taking a while.
We got all the time, man.
Well, it's 30 minutes.
No, you know it's been longer. Come on now. But you just want to basically expand your brand and stuff, and what you're, stuff.
I basically want to make my channel into a Netflix style hub of just Transformers fan created content. That's not just me, because I kind of didn't want the channel to just be about me and what I say about stuff like that. I wanted to get other people involved and kind of wrap that in. The difficult part about it is, people have their own channels, so it's like, okay, we could work for you or we could do our own thing, So it's kind of hard to really figure out what I want to do, how I want to go with it, and stuff like that. But yeah, mostly I want to do more stuff with other people, and I want to do more shows telling different stories in different styles. It's not always comedy; it's sometimes serious and other stuff.
Well, that sounds cool, man. That'd be a fun thing to do, man. I hope it gets started and all that stuff and everything. So cool.
We're kind of starting it now. I'm getting the ball rolling on a couple of shows.
Cool. All right, that's good. Well, dude, thank you thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it, man. Tell everybody where they can find you and all that stuff. I put your YouTube link in the description, so everything. So tell everybody where they can find you at Facebook and all that good stuff.
You can find me at the bridge underneath. I'm just by the river, just in the shadows right there.
Are you in a van?
I've probably got ripped clothing. I've got a stick, and I'm probably gonna thrash at people.
Nice.
You can find me at TFanpage101 at YouTube. You can also find me at Told But Doom on YouTube. That's my channel that's not related to Transformers, so like everything else. Okay. You can follow me on Twitter as well. I kind of blanked out there for a second. And my Facebook page is Transformers fan page, where I try to keep up on different Transformers things. Like I'll post news from TFW, CBtron, and then if I find something else Transformers related that looks cool, I'll be like, "Hey, Nito, share." But other than that, I'm also on Snups, which is an app, and you can see my entire Transformers collection. Which reminds me, I really need to go back to some of my older toys like Titans Returns and Combiner Wars, because there was kind of a dry area where I didn't do reviews. So I need to go back and do those.
Gotcha. I do that. I have a vast amount of Transformers that I can go back. I have material for years and stuff. So it's plus it's cool just to go back and mess around with older stuff and everything that you don't really take off the shelf and mess around with and everything.
Yeah,
cool.
that actually does remind me. I will say this.
Mhm.
From December 17th to the 19th, I will be posting different reviews. The first day, we've got Masterpiece Sideswipe, which is my first masterpiece. There's no special occasion. It's just something I wanted to do. The next day, we have Power of the Primes Nemesis Prime.
Okay.
And then I just finished last night Studio Series Volkswagen Bumblebee, and I'm going to be working on this one's for Christmas, so not within those days. Studio Series Starscream.
Nice. I love that one. It's a good one.
Cool. I really do.
All right. Well, once again, dude, thanks. Thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I had a good time. You're welcome back anytime you want to, man. I appreciate it. I want to say thank y'all for everybody that watched and everything. Hit me up with some likes and everything. It helps the channel. And go to his channel and everything and sub to his stuff. It's really good. And I guess I will see you on the next review. And as always, hell Hasbro. And good night, folks. Yay. All right. Let me stop broadcast.